is Lilia. I want to just tell you my story a little bit. I was born in Mexico City, and that was about 21 years ago. And Mexico City is not the best place, and so my parents knew that when we were really young. I have a little sister, and my parents decided to move from Mexico City to the United States because they wanted a better life for us. And it wasn't done the right way. We did cross the border, and it was then that I saw my parents at their lowest low, and I was very upset about that. But what upset me even more is coming to the United States and not being accepted. I was bullied a lot when I was younger. I was 7 years old, and it was the first time I heard the word beaner, and so I was very upset with the white community and very angry at them, and my hatred towards them grew, and it was just a big seed that was in me and was implanted when I was 7 years old. And it started even growing more when I was in high school, and I had worked my butt off to continue to have good grades. And in high school, in my senior year, I realized I couldn't go to university, and I had to settle for a community college when my GPA was 4.2. And it upset me even more, and I was angry at the white community, and I was angry at my parents for doing that to me, and I was angry at myself for being who I was, and I hated myself, and I hated a lot of what was going on. But I wasn't going to let that defeat me, and so I went to college, community college, and it was then that I was approached by a group of white people, and I didn't really want to talk to them at first, but especially because they had said that they were Christians, and I did not want to talk to them. I did not want to do anything to deal with them, but a girl named Caitlin, who is from Crew and is from Destino, said that kept pursuing me and kept wanting to hang out with me and got to know my story. And it was her that invited me to a big conference where a lot of Latinos, Christian Latinos, were coming. And it was her that told me that God had made me Latina for a reason. And it was then that I accepted myself and accepted the situation that I was in. And soon after the conference, it's when I accepted God, and I accepted His path for me. And it was then that hatred that I used to have for people in the white community started diminishing, and it was then that I learned what love was for the first time. So, yeah.
What's a particular story you remember from your childhood that was painful regarding this anger that developed in your life towards others?
I can think of many, but one was I remember this little redheaded girl, and she was in my class, and she was teasing me, and she called me a beaner, and my teacher was right there. And my teacher kind of just laughed and told her to go back to her seat, and so it was then that I felt like I had no backup, not even from a person that was supposed to take care of me. So.
What are you studying in school?
I want to be a registered dietitian, so human nutrition right now.
Okay. Why do you want to be a dietitian?
I want to help out people, and definitely with the obesity rates so high in the United States, I really, really want to help out people with that, and I feel like food is definitely one of our best medicines. And so,
okay. And being an undocumented resident of the U.S., what fears do you face?
Definitely being separated from my family. I'm already separated from my family. My dad is actually had to go back to Mexico, and so just being separated from him definitely hurts. But just being separated from my mom and from my little sisters and from my home, because this is my home, that's what really, really scares me, and I don't want to lose that.
How has your relationship with Jesus helped you forgive the people you used to be angry against?
I remember reading the story in the Bible with Mary Magdalene, and the if those are free of sin cast the first stone, and the elderly walked away. And that story just hits me every single time. Just I can't judge them for what they've done to me, and I have to forgive them. And God has forgiven me, and Jesus has helped with that. And I'm not worthy of that. And knowing that they are very judgmental, I can't judge them. It's not my place. That's all. That's all Jesus, and that's all God. And I'm just gonna let them deal with that.
So now you've kind of partnered with Destino, which is a outreach to Latinos through the organization called Crew. What are you doing with Destino right now?
Right now with Destino, I'm one of the leaders, and so what we're trying to do is we do have a lot of students that recently came to Christ as well, and so we are trying to build ourselves within the group before we can outreach even more students. We realize that we do know each other, but we want to get to know each other more, and so we're trying to learn to love each other as a group and as our own little community. That way we can go and outreach more college students. And so if we're strong from within, we can go and spread the word.
How do you think your life is mainly different now that you've come into a personal relationship with Jesus?
I'm definitely more at peace. I used to think about the future a lot, and I used to be worried all the time, and I used to just stress myself out. And with Jesus now, I just, even through times of trouble, I feel like I can just say, Jesus, take care of my situation, and I have full faith that he will, and sort of gives me a peace that I didn't have before.
Awesome. Yeah. Thanks for your time.
Yeah, no problem.